Urgent Washington Commanders fans. Do not miss this. What just happened? You won't believe this one. But before we reveal the big news, make sure to subscribe to the channel, because here, we bring you daily videos with the latest Washington Commanders updates. And to not miss anything, activate the notifications. Alright, folks, buckle up, because today we're diving into a story that's shaping up to be one of the most intriguing and potentially game-changing developments for the Washington Commanders this offseason. We're talking about the latest saga involving Trey Hendrickson, the talented edge rusher currently causing waves in the NFL, and how his recent media tirade and actions might just open the door for Washington to make a bold move. This isn't just another trade rumor, it's a situation that could redefine the Commanders' pass rush for years to come. So, let's unpack everything, from Hendrickson's current stance, the dynamics with the Cincinnati Bengals, and why Washington should be paying close attention right now. First, let's set the stage. For those of you who follow the NFL closely, you know that pass rushers are the heartbeat of any successful defense. And Washington, in recent seasons, has been desperately trying to bolster their front seven. They've invested in some talented players, but the need for a consistent, high-impact edge rusher remains a glaring weakness. The team has been in win-now mode for a while, pushing to turn around a franchise that's seen its fair share of ups and downs over the past decade. The 2023 season, in particular, is seen by many as a critical turning point. With a solid roster and a promising quarterback in Sam Howell, the Commanders want to take that next step, and that's where a player like Hendrickson could come into play. Now, let's talk about Trey Hendrickson himself. This guy is no ordinary player. An all-pro defensive end, Hendrickson has established himself as one of the league's most reliable pass rushers over the last few seasons. His ability to get to the quarterback, combined with his relentless motor and technique, has made him a nightmare for offensive lines. His stats speak for themselves. Over the past 2 seasons, he's registered double-digit sacks, has been a constant threat on third downs, and is highly respected league-wide for his work ethic and leadership. Yet, despite all of this, Hendrickson is currently embroiled in a contract dispute with the Cincinnati Bengals, and things have gotten pretty tense. Recently, Hendrickson took to the media to express his frustrations, and that's what really caught everyone's attention. He basically revealed that negotiations for an extension have come to a halt. The Bengals, as he indicated, are refusing to engage further in discussions. They're opting for radio silence, which, in NFL terms, is usually a bad sign. When a player of Hendrickson's caliber publicly airs his grievances, it's a clear signal that he's not willing to wait around forever. And for a team that's trying to contend now, that kind of uncertainty can become a ticking time bomb. What makes this situation even more compelling is Hendrickson's appearance at the Bengals practice facility recently. And folks, it wasn't just to watch practice or to support teammates. No, he showed up without a uniform, which is a pretty unusual move for a player who's still under contract. Instead, he was there to lend support to the younger players, but behind the scenes, there was a different motive. After practice, Hendrickson took about 25 minutes with the media, an unusually long interview, where he laid out his frustrations plainly. He believes he's been treated unfairly, especially considering his production and the role he's played in Cincinnati's defense. This isn't just about money, it's about respect and recognition for his contributions. Hendrickson feels he's given everything he has, been a consistent performer, and yet, the Bengals seem unwilling to meet his demands. And here's the kicker, he's made it clear that he's not willing to play without a new deal. If negotiations don't move forward, he's willing to sit out, or even request a trade. That's a bold stance, but not an uncommon one in today's NFL, where players and teams are constantly negotiating their worth in a league that's become a business first and foremost. Of course, the Bengals owner, Mike Brown, has a reputation for being frugal. Historically, he's been reluctant to spend big on contracts, especially for veteran players. Just look at the recent rookie contract structure for Shamar Stewart, which raised eyebrows and showed that the team isn't exactly rushing to open the wallet. If Hendrickson's demands aren't met, the Bengals might face the tough decision of trading him rather than losing him for nothing. That's where Washington's name starts to make sense. The Commanders, as we know, are in a position where they could really benefit from adding a player of Hendrickson's caliber. Sure, their draft capital isn't the most abundant, no second or fourth round picks in 2026, but that shouldn't stop the team from exploring the possibility if the right opportunity arises. If Washington's front office believes that Hendrickson can be a difference maker, especially in a defense that's been seeking to elevate its pass rush for years, then sacrificing some future picks might be a worthwhile gamble. Remember, winning now is the mantra, and if adding Hendrickson can tilt the scales, it's an investment worth considering. Another fascinating layer to this story is how Hendrickson's situation might impact the entire league. When a talented pass rusher publicly demands a new contract or threatens to sit out, it creates ripple effects across the NFL. Teams are always watching, and other players take notice. If Cincinnati is forced into a trade, which seems increasingly likely, it could open the door for other teams to jump in. The Commanders, with their need for a reliable pass rusher, should be paying close attention. They've already made some moves in the offseason to bolster their defense, but the addition of someone like Hendrickson could be the missing piece. Now, why would Washington be a perfect landing spot? Well, for starters, the team has been actively trying to build a formidable front, especially since the defense has been a work in progress. The addition of a proven veteran like Hendrickson could instantly upgrade their pass rush. He's only in his late 20s, meaning he's entering his prime, and he has a track record of consistency that could make him a cornerstone for Washington's defense for years to come. Pairing him with young talents like Chase Young, if he stays healthy, or Montez Sweat, could create a formidable duo that offensive lines would dread facing. This isn't just about filling a roster spot, it's about transforming the entire defense into a nightmare for opposing quarterbacks. Of course, there are hurdles to consider. Washington's current draft capital situation isn't ideal, and acquiring Hendrickson would likely mean giving up some future picks or making a strategic salary cap move. But if the team's front office is serious about contending, they might see this as a worthwhile risk. Remember, winning the Super Bowl is the ultimate goal, and sometimes you have to make bold moves to get there. The coaching staff, led by Ron Rivera, has been emphasizing building a tough, disciplined defense, and adding a player with Hendrickson's resume and attitude aligns perfectly with that vision. And let's not forget the importance of leadership and locker room presence. Hendrickson is known not just for his on-field production but also for his work ethic and leadership qualities. Bringing someone like him into the locker room could elevate the entire defense's mentality. Young players would have a seasoned veteran to learn from, and the team's culture could benefit from his experience and professionalism. Now, what's the future here? Well, it's still very much in flux. Hendrickson's stance shows he's willing to hold out or pursue a trade if necessary. Cincinnati, on the other hand, is under pressure to make a decision. Do they meet his demands and keep him, or do they trade him to recoup some value before he walks away for nothing? This is a classic NFL dilemma, and the next few weeks could be pivotal. For Washington fans, the hope is that the front office is paying close attention and is prepared to strike if the opportunity presents itself. This situation also underscores how fluid and unpredictable NFL rosters can be in the offseason. No one expected Hendrickson's media outburst, but it's a reminder that player movement and negotiations can accelerate quickly. The NFL is a league driven by big personalities, high stakes, and strategic moves, and this saga encapsulates all of that. It's a compelling storyline that could have major implications for Washington's defense, especially if they decide to get involved in the trade talks. In the end, it all comes down to whether the Commanders' front office sees Hendrickson as a difference maker who can immediately elevate their defense and push them closer to a playoff run. If they do, they might be willing to part with some future draft capital to make it happen. If they don't, then the saga might go elsewhere, and Cincinnati will be left trying to salvage what they can from a potentially disruptive situation. So, fans, stay tuned because this story is far from over. The NFL offseason is full of surprises, and the Hendrickson situation could be a game-changer not just for Cincinnati but for the entire league, and especially for Washington. This is the type of move that can define a team's success for years to come, and it's one that the Commanders should be watching very closely. As the drama unfolds, we'll be here to keep you updated on every twist and turn, bringing you the latest news, rumors, and analysis. The NFL never sleeps, and neither do we. And now, Washington Commanders fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this situation? Do you think Hendrickson would be the perfect addition to this defense? Or do you believe the team should hold tight and wait for other opportunities? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the future of the Washington Commanders. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Washington Commanders news. This offseason is shaping up to be one of the most exciting in recent memory, and we're right here with you, covering every moment. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Commanders!